So welcome to this class on finding freedom from fear. My name is Victoria Angelhart. I live in Berkeley, and I have been guiding meditation and doing EFT tapping and helping people find liberation from sexual trauma and be able to be fully expressed and empowered from the boardroom to the bedroom so that they can speak their truth, sing their songs, and own their pleasure for many years. And I'm so happy to get to offer you this class today. What we'll be doing is starting with a song, and then we'll have a guided meditation. Then we'll go into the actual practice of EFT tapping to release the fear and call in empowerment. And then we'll end with another song. So I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And I will invite this song in as an opening practice of mindfulness. This is called Safe With Me. You can find it on my Spotify. It's Victoria Angelhart. And this version of it is a more upbeat and uplifting version than the one you'll see on Spotify. But the idea here is that you get to sing to the part of you that is scared right now. You have a big S self that is your adult. That when it's online, you feel confident, you feel creative, you feel calm, you feel all of these beautiful emotions. But sometimes you get hijacked by these little parts that are younger, that have big emotions that haven't been processed yet, like fear. And so for this song, we're going to invite those parts that need to hear from you, your big, higher, wiser self, that they're safe. And that you're going to listen to them, you're going to see them, you're going to hear them. So the song is called Safe With Me. It's very simple, and as a practice of helping to free your voice from fear, I invite you to sing along with me. All of you is safe 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 with me. Safe to be seen, safe to be heard, safe to be loved. All of you is safe. All of you is safe. All of you is safe with me. 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 Safe to be seen, safe to be heard, safe to be loved. All of you is safe. All of you is safe. All of you is safe with me. Taking a big deep breath, putting your hand on your heart, and really tuning into that felt sense of safety in your body. And And if you haven't already, I encourage you to go to tapintofreedom.love/tap and fill out the preparation form for what we're about to do together. It's really, really helpful for you to have that done so that as we go through the tapping part of the session, you can be really focused on the specific issue around your voice and fear that you want to clear. That rhymed. So cute. So if you haven't done it already, please do that now. And if you have, I invite you to come into a short guided meditation practice with me. You might want to also get a sip of water and then make yourself more comfortable. Maybe just 10% more comfortable, shifting, adjusting, moving so that you can feel more settled, so that you can feel more centered. So for this practice, you can have your eyes open or closed. If you have them open, just have a soft gaze down toward the floor. And start by bringing awareness to the length of your spine. Notice how you're sitting or lying or standing. And let yourself get a little taller. And feel the bones in your body holding you up and supporting you. And take a deep breath and fill your belly up with air. And then breathe out through your mouth with a sigh. Do a few more, having a tall, erect spine, taking a deep breath in. And letting go with the sound. And one more deep breath in. Full breath out. And then with your awareness here on your spine, start to feel into the center of your body through your bones. Your attention wanders, but your bones, the center of you, is always here. So you can just bring your awareness back into the center of your being, into the center of your body. Feeling that center point inside of you. And resting there in awareness for a moment. Feeling the heaviness of the bones in your feet and your legs, your pelvis, your torso, up into your ribs, your sternum, down the length of your arms, all the way up your spine into your skull. Feeling a sense perhaps of awe. Wow. I have bones that keep me centered, that hold me upright, that anchor me, ground me. Speaking of grounding, we can consciously bring our energy and our attention into the ground beneath us, into the earth. So imagining that you have roots coming from your root, from your feet, your root chakra, and pulling those roots down deep into the center of the earth. With your next in-breath, draw up the earth energy and let it nourish your body, sustained and supported by this earth energy. And take a few more breaths like that, letting yourself be held up effortlessly by your bones, grounded and connected into the earth. And with your next in-breath, draw the energy from the earth up into your heart and feel it nourishing, replenishing, opening you. More expansive, more connected here in your heart. Centered, grounded, connected. Letting each breath fill you up even more with this nourishing earth energy, activating your beautiful heart. And then drawing down the energy from the sun, from the heavens, from the divine, through the top of your head, and letting that energy come into your heart. So calling in the energy of the divine, the energy of the earth, into the very beautiful, unique expression that is you. And placing a hand on your heart. Just sending some gratitude in this moment to yourself for your willingness to look at what's in the way of you expressing yourself fully. For you to actually turn toward your fear instead of ignoring it or pushing it away. Just feeling some gratitude for your courage. And then bringing your arms up and giving yourself a big hug. Breathing out with a sound. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you haven't, please go to tapintofreedom.love/tap and fill out the preparation form for our session so that you can feel very clear in specifically what block you want to move through to find empowerment on the other side of the fear around your voice. And if you've done that, we can continue. I will explain a little bit about what the emotional freedom technique is. You may or may not have heard of it. You may or may not have done it before. I practice a very unique version of it that I call Tap Into Freedom. It is my own blend of about 16 modalities that I'm certified in, that I have interwoven over many years. But the basics of EFT are the same, which is that it's a somatic stress release technique so that we can actually get the stored stress that's in your body to come up, to come through you, and to come out so that you can feel more integrated, you can feel more connected, and you feel more whole. I interweave parts work into all of my sessions, and so today we'll be talking to the part of you that feels afraid. And as we talk to that part, we will be physically moving our body, and we will be using our hands to touch some of the acupressure points on different meridians of the body to stimulate and activate the stored stress so that it can come up and come out, so it can be felt, so it can be healed. I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit so you can see all the tapping points as I show them to you. And so please follow along with me. We'll go to the top of the head, and you can use either one hand or both hands for this tap. And as you do that, you want to do a relaxed speed that's not really fast and really intense, just softly, kind of like if you were patting a baby on the back to make it fall asleep. And then go down to the eyebrows, on the inside of the eyebrows, and then out here to the side of the eye where the temples are, on the front of the cheeks. Then with one hand under the nose, and with that same hand on the chin, with both hands on the collarbones, the front of the chest, and then down on the front of the ribs, and then out to the side under the armpits, either like this or crossing your arms and going tapping under your armpits with both hands. and coming to the inside of the wrist, and the top side of the thumb, the top side of the index finger, the top of the middle finger, then the bottom of the fourth finger, because the meridian that we're tapping on there ends in between the ring and the pinky finger, so we tap the bottom of the fourth finger, back to the top of the pinky, and then on the side of the hand. And if you're familiar with EFT, you might be wondering, why did you use so many points? I don't usually use that many points, and it's because I use a very thorough version of EFT that really helps to go much deeper than just the basic recipe. So I think you'll really enjoy it. And I do also want to name that you can change hands. You can go back and forth between hands and just do what's right for your body. Another thing that is important to know as we get into the tapping is that this is a call and response format. So I will be saying the sentence and then you will be saying it back out loud. But the caveat is that I am sort of channeling here a message that is for everyone around fear in the voice. So the words that I use might not land specifically exactly for you. So what I want to encourage you is if I say something like, even though I have all this fear around my voice, and you start to notice it's not really fear, it's more anxiety, then change it. Please adapt what I say to make it fit what is specific for you. That is how Tap into Freedom is so effective, is because it is really, really specific. And another thing, my last point before we start tapping, is that EFT is just such a sweet, beautiful practice that integrates so well with mindfulness and loving awareness practices, loving compassion practices, because it's all about acceptance and empathy and bringing respect and kindness to yourself rather than being judgmental, rather than just really criticizing or making yourself wrong. So I want to encourage you to use a few sentences that can be adapted. We'll say something, we'll put a negative sentence with a positive sentence, which is how we shake up the brain and get neuroplasticity running. And that is how we create lasting transformation in the brain very quickly, much faster than therapy, much more effective. And that sentence could sound something like this: even though I have all this fear around my voice, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we put a negative statement and a positive statement into one sentence. And I call it a mind fuck. It's like, what? What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. I never say that. But in EFT, we do say it, and we say it as an intentional practice of shaking up the brain and the pathways that you run through in your everyday life so that we can create transformation. So I want to give you a few options, because sometimes saying I deeply and completely love and accept myself is just not going to work. And if that is true for you, like it is for me sometimes and for most people I know, then there's variations. You can say, I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself. Almost everyone can get behind that one. Or if it feels a little more realistic, you can say, I love and accept myself. Or you can just say, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. There's lots of options. So I want you to just have that in mind. And whatever I say, if you want to adapt it to be a different variation, go for it. All right, it's time to get started. We need 3 things. You need a water bottle, you need tissues, and you need a journal, I guess, and a pen. So 4 things. So please get those things, and I'll give you a moment. And again, if you haven't already, please go to www.tapintofreedom.love/tap and fill out the preparation form, because that is really what guides everything we're about to do. And now let's get started. So repeating after me, tapping the top of your head with one hand or with both hands. Even though there's a part of me that feels this fear around using my voice, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Take a deep breath. Make the sound of the fear, ah! Whatever it is for you. And even though I have this fear around using my voice, I'm open to the possibility I can let it go today. Take a deep breath into that one. And even though I have all this fear, it is what it is. It won't last forever. Oh, I forgot to tell you an important thing. So before we go on, I noticed that I feel like I might burp. There. It happens to me, and it will happen to you too. It's called off-gassing. You might burp, you might fart, you might yawn, you might cry, you might laugh, you might get really hot or really cold or really tingly. All of those are ways of releasing the stored stress somatically. So if you hear me burp or yawn, know that I'm not being rude. I'm actually letting it come out. I'm being fully expressed by being with my body as it needs to release as well. So encouraging you to do the same as we come into tapping on the eyebrow. I'm feeling some fear right now. Tapping the side of your eye. Yeah, there's definitely some fear. Tapping on the cheek, taking a deep breath. I've been feeling this fear around my voice for a while. I'm still open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping under the nose. There's a part of me that feels this fear. And tapping on the chin. There's a part of me that gets so afraid and just shuts down. Can't speak up, yet won't use my voice when I need to. And tapping the front of the chest. And there's a part of me that feels so much fear of judgment that I won't use my voice when I need to. So tapping the front of the chest. Here and now, I'm acknowledging I have this part. So it's not all of you. There is a part of you that feels this fear. So tapping under your armpit. Here and now, I'm just acknowledging this part that's afraid of using my voice. And then tapping the inside of the wrist. And go ahead and just turn toward that fearful part. You can actually imagine that it's here in the room with you. Maybe it's young and it wants to sit on your lap, or maybe it wants to look in from the window or the door. Maybe it wants to sit in a chair next to you. Just inviting in this part and just seeing if it feels safe to come forward, and it might not. But if it does, turning toward this fearful part right now, and as you tap on your thumb, just track and see if it might have something to tell you. Maybe it knows why it's afraid. Maybe it can remember a memory from childhood. I know I had one when I was rejected from a school choir when I was 9. And for a long time, that memory haunted me and made me feel fear until I cleared it. And so you might have the same experience, that something happened. Maybe someone said something to you. Maybe someone else judged you. Maybe you tried to use your voice and speak up and it wouldn't come out. There's so many things. So tapping the middle finger and just turning toward this part and just saying, I acknowledge you, fearful part. And then tapping the 4th finger at the bottom and just asking, what are you really afraid of? And tapping your pinky and just saying, I can love and respect you anyway. I'm here listening to you. And then tap the side of your hand and go ahead and do it. Listen for the next minute. I'm not going to talk, and you just out loud say whatever this part has been stewing on. Why is it afraid? What does it think might happen? What's the worst case scenario? Go. Tapping on the top of your head. Deep breath. Thank you for telling me all the things you're afraid of. Tapping the eyebrow. I acknowledge they could happen. Tapping the side of the eye. Thank you, fearful part, for letting me know. And then tapping your cheek and just tuning in. Is this fear actually serving you right now? Is it setting you up for success? Tapping under your nose. Is it telling you something that you need to do or be aware of? Tapping on your chin. Is this part trying to keep you safe? And tapping all over the front of your chest and turning back and again listening to this part and just asking it, this fearful part, how are you trying to protect me? How are you trying to serve me? So just continuing to tap your chest and listen for the answers. And then tapping the front of your ribs. I love and respect this part. I get it. It's trying to be helpful. Tapping under the armpit. I acknowledge this fear right now. And then tapping the inside of your wrist and tuning into your body. Where does this fear of your voice, of speaking up, of being heard, whatever the exact fear is for you, where does it manifest? Is it in your throat? Maybe, probably. Does it feel tight? Does it feel constricted? Does it feel clenched? Does it feel like a knot or a ball? Whatever it is, it's just tapping the side of your thumb and saying, I feel all this fear in my... And tap the index finger. It is what it is. It's here now, but it won't last forever. Tapping the middle finger. I'm open to loving and accepting this fear. It really is just trying to help me. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to the possibility it's safe to start releasing this fear right now. And tapping the pinky. I'm open to the possibility that it's safe to start to use my voice again. Maybe even in new ways. And tapping the side of your hand and taking a big deep breath and making a sound. Even though I've been stuck with this fear for a long time, here and now I'm starting to let it go. Say that one 3 times. Even though I've been stuck with this fear for a long time, here and now I'm starting to let it go. One more. Even though I've been stuck with this fear for a long time, here and now I'm starting to let it go. Woo! Maybe it makes you feel tingly like it makes me feel tingly. So take a big deep breath, stretch your body. Take a sip of water. And come back to the top of your head. I'm loving and respecting this part of myself now. Tapping the inside of the eyebrow. And I'm open to forgiving myself for whatever I need to forgive in relation to not using my voice. Tap the side of your eye and just do it. Just forgive yourself. And tapping on your cheek. Even though I've been afraid to use my voice for how long? 5 years? A week? My whole life? Since I was 3? Tap under the nose. I'm open to loving and forgiving myself. It makes sense that I was afraid. Tapping your chin. Loving and forgiving myself fully and completely now. And then just really let yourself soften as you connect into the deeper truth of who you are in your full, authentic expression beyond fear. And tap the front of the chest. I'm releasing this fear and calling my power back. And the sound of the solar plexus chakra, which is like right in this area in the front above the belly button, is the sound of O. So tapping the front of your ribs near the solar plexus, and as deeply and loudly as you can, make this sound with me. Feels good, right? Tapping under your armpits, taking a big deep breath, and just feel into the power of your voice. And tap the inside of your wrist, and maybe what you actually need isn't to make a sound, but it's to say something. So just say, no, 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 no. Use that power from the solar plexus, call it back, and really be strong in your no. Absolutely not. No. Just notice what it feels. Oh, it makes me tingly to really feel my full power in my no. So tapping the side of your hand. The intention for this practice of letting go of fear around your voice isn't just around singing. It's not even around speaking. It's also around owning your pleasure. I want you to feel expressed all the way from the boardroom to the bedroom and everywhere in between. And I want you to know that it's safe for you to honor your own boundaries by speaking up and saying no when you mean no, and enthusiastically saying yes when you mean yes. So tapping the side of your index finger and powerfully say yes. Yes! Ooh! Yes, 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 yes. Yes. And take a deep breath as you tap your middle finger and just notice how that lands in your body. Yeah, tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to the possibility of giving my full expression more freedom. Tapping the pinky, I'm open to being fully expressed in my yes and in my no. And tapping the side of the hand. And in this moment, I'm giving my voice permission to be heard, even when I feel afraid. Letting all the parts of me be here that need to feel fully expressed. And then as you tap the top of your head, really let that permission radiate. I call myself a pleasure permissionary because I want you to know that you deserve to feel good and to be able to express how good you feel through your words, through your sounds, through your songs. Yeah, tapping the inside of your eyebrows. I'm loving and accepting my authentic voice. And tapping the side of the eye. Here and now, I'm respecting the parts of me that want to be heard. Tapping under the eye, on your cheeks. I love and respect myself. Tap under your nose. I'm so grateful for this new relationship to my voice. And tapping on your chin. I give my body permission to release the fear and to feel more empowered. So tap the front of your chest and do it. Give your body that permission. physically feel, energetically, somatically, physically, all of the ways. Just actually imagine that the fear is coming out and it's letting go. And then breathe in and calling in your power as you tap on the front of your ribs and making that sound of oh again. Oh. Yeah, tapping under your armpit. I love and respect my voice. And then tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm tuning into the wisdom of my body and starting to listen to what it has to say to me. Tap the thumb. Just breathe and let your intuition give you any affirmations that you want to anchor in for the end of this practice. I'm tapping the index finger. And you can say your own or you can repeat after me. I give myself permission to listen to my own voice. Tapping the middle finger. I give myself permission to listen to what the universe is trying to tell me. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. It's possible that now I'm ready to be more fully expressed. Tapping the pinky. Yes, I am being more fully expressed. I open my voice. Tapping the side of the hand. Now this is a fun one. It's possible that I use my voice, even if there's a part of me that secretly doesn't want to. Tapping the top of your head. Even if there's a part of me that secretly doesn't want to speak up, doesn't want to be heard. Tapping the eyebrow. I give myself permission to acknowledge this part and any remaining resistance and fear. Tapping the side of the eye. I call my power back. Tapping under the eye. I call the power of my voice back now. And tapping under the nose. And just tracking back to the beginning of the session, what you filled out the form around, what your specific issue is related to fear. And seeing what's still here for you. Has it completely disappeared, or is there anything else there? So tapping on the front of your chest, I give myself permission to acknowledge anything else that's still here. I can love and respect all of these parts. I'm willing to continue the conversation with them. And tapping the front of the ribs, taking a deep breath and tuning back to that part that was afraid and just sending it so much love and compassion in this moment. Just appreciating that it had something important to tell you and that it's coming along for the ride now. And so tapping under your armpits and taking a deep breath. I give myself permission to speak my truth. And tapping the wrist. I give myself permission to sing my songs. Tapping the thumb. I give myself permission to own my pleasure. Tapping the index finger and take a big, deep, pleasurable breath sound. Tapping the middle finger. I give myself permission to use my voice with confidence. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to speak up with strength and courage. Tapping the pinky. I acknowledge any remaining negative thoughts now. And tapping the side of the hand. I'm releasing this remaining fear. I'm releasing this remaining anxiety. I'm releasing these remaining doubts. I'm releasing this remaining inadequacy. And tapping the top of the head. I give myself permission to be more optimistic and to consciously reprogram my brain around my voice right now. Tapping the eyebrows. What if this could be better than I have ever imagined? Tapping the side of the eye. I commit to my full expression. And tapping under the eye on the cheeks. I commit to using my voice. What else do you commit to? We're consciously reprogramming ourselves right now. So rewire your brain. I commit to speaking up in a meeting when I need to. I commit to listening to my intuition in meditation. There's so many things. Tap your chest and say what you're committing to, creating a new reality around your voice right now. And then tapping the front of the ribs and taking a big deep breath. I'm so proud of myself for the work I've done today. Tapping under the armpits. I love and respect myself. And then tapping all over your body. I'm anchoring in this new reality right now. And we're going to close this practice with the opposite of fear, which is love. We're going to sing a song to anchor in this practice called Fill My Soul with Love. And as you sing this, you can change the word love to whatever it is you want to fill your soul up with as you are more fully expressed beyond fear. Fill my soul with love. Fill my soul with love. Fill my soul with the love that I know. Fill my soul with love. 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 Fill my soul with the love that I know. Fill my soul with love. Fill my soul with love. Fill my soul with love. Say magic. Fill my soul with magic. Fill my soul with magic. Fill my soul with the magic I know. Fill my soul with magic. Fill my soul with magic. Fill my soul with magic. Say expression. Fill my soul with expression. Fill my soul with expression. Fill my soul with the expression I know. Fill my soul with expression. Fill my soul with expression. Fill my soul with expression. Last one, let's do joy. Fill my soul with joy. Fill my soul with joy. Fill my soul with the joy that I know. Fill my soul with joy. Fill my soul with joy. Fill my soul with joy. So this has been Find Freedom from Fear. I'm Victoria Angel Heart. And this is actually an introduction to a 6-week course I'm doing online that I've